Hey everybody, I'm here today with a simple video of myself cleaning a glass stovetop with Weiman cooktop cleaning kit. This is a simple tutorial, so let's get right into the video. As you can see, I have a fairly dirty glass stovetop right here, and what I will be using is this. I believe it's pronounced Weiman, but it could be, I'm not sure, it could be Weiman, I'm not sure, but Weiman cooktop cleaning kit. Now there are many different cleaning kits. This is just one example. If you have a different cleaning kit, it's probably going to be very, very similar. What it came with is a scrubbing pad like this. Okay. It also came with a little blade that you can use to scrape the oven. And I had it in the opposite way, just like that, for storage. Okay. Let's just put it in properly, just like that. So you can use this to scrape the oven. Really, simple stuff. It comes with a little solution to polish off the oven. Inside of there, it also comes with it's actually a different razor. I'm sorry, there's a different razor in there. I don't think that came with the kit. I think I just used that for storage in there. And I also have this cloth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off. So like I said, just to clarify, the razor that I pulled out of there, I don't think it actually came with the kit. I think I just left it in there for storage. It's just a spare razor. And I always have many of these that I use for cleaning the oven. Even before I bought that kit, I had all sorts of these little razors, and I just use them to scrape the stovetop. Okay, very simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get the stovetop nice and wet with a cloth. Okay, just like that. I'm actually going to get it a little bit more wet. Okay, just because when you are cleaning, you want it, with the razor, you want it to just go on it smoothly. So what we're going to start off by doing, we're just going to do a relatively quick job, but you'll see how much better it looks. This is really stained on there, so this might not go away, but a lot of it's going to go away. So you want to take your razor, scrape everything. You want to do one pass like that first, okay? And whenever you hear that, that means there's significantly a lot of dirt that's stained on there. Whenever you hear it get rough, so you want to do a little bit extra on those spots right there, just like that. We're just kind of like, it's almost like when you sort of squeegee a window, and you can see how gross that water is over there. It's really, really, really gross. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's really, really dirty. So obviously, the cooktops that you use more frequently than others are going to be more stained than others. So this one right here we use really constantly. So I'm just going to, really scrape this. And I'll show you, right now we're just doing a very quick rough job. I'll show you what we're going to do next. Alright, so as you can see, you're going to have some spots like this one right here that have a little bit more staining than usual. This one right here, you can see it's all brown around there. Just get a little bit of water on there. Work your way around the oven like that, around the cooktop like that. Follow the circular motion of the cooktop. So as you can see right there, it already looks a lot better. The brown stains are coming out, and that happens when a pot overflows. And then the contents of the water, like let's say you're boiling peas over here, which I believe was the case, and the water overflows, that dirty water that has been sort of contaminated with the food is actually going to stain the oven. So you can hear here, it sounds pretty good. I don't hear much scraping. Kind of work your way around the elements. Okay, there's a little bit more right here that I want to do, one more spot, because after this we're going to polish it. So you really want to do as good of a job as you can right now, just because you're going to end up polishing it clean. So really work that razor into the oven to really get those stains out. Even right here we can get some out, just like that. All right, at this point you can even see, I'll bring this closer. Look at how dirty that is. That's just a little bit of it, so be very careful, obviously. Okay, now I'm going to wipe up the water. I want you to see how dirty the water is. How much filth we took off of the stove. Check this out. Ready? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's probably on your stove too. Okay, even if you clean your stove regularly, it's just going to get dirty. It's just the way that it is. So now you want to make sure that you wipe it nice and clean. Okay? Because after this we're going to be polishing it. So wipe your stove nice and clean. Okay, it should be fairly clean at this point once you've scraped it. All right. Now, like I said, this is just the one that I'm using because this is the one that I found. It sort of looked like the best one out of the selection that I had. But they're all going to be very similar with what you have to do. You got to scrape the stove clean and you got to polish it up. Now what I like to do is I like to dry it at this point. So just take a nice cloth like that, dry off your stove, just like that. You can already see it looks much better, right? But it's gonna look even better when we're done. I'll tell you why. We're gonna take this cooktop cleaning stuff right here. So just to show you what it is, this is a glass cooktop heavy duty cleaner and polish. So it's gonna clean and polish, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply some just to the scrub pad right there. And the interesting thing about this scrubbing pad is that it's sort of rough enough to get off any dirt, but it's smooth enough that it's not going to scratch the glass stovetop. So I put some on there, and we're going to rub in a circular motion, just like that, in a circular motion. Okay, just like that. Now you can see I've already sort of run out of it a little bit, so I'm going to put a little bit more, just a couple more little dots, just like that. Whenever you're polishing anything, you're going to want to put dots on. That's a very good tactic to use. A lot of people will use that when they're polishing cars. Very, very good strategy. So at this point, we're going to really rub this in. Just like that. Okay? Really, really rub it in place. Because you really want to allow it to fill in all of those scratches. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Just like that. Look at how incredible it looks compared to, look at the shine on this thing, okay? Compared to before. Now at this point, what you can do, some people will go ahead and we'll rinse it off, okay? So what I like to do is I like to let it sit there for a bit, sort of soak in and stuff, and then once it's nice and dried, after it's been, you know, half an hour, maybe an hour, what I will do is I'll go with a wet cloth, just a wet cloth with water, and I'll just rub it off, just to really clean the stove. But as you can see here, I'll just polish this one section. You know what I should have done now that I think about it? I should have done like half the stove. That would have really shown you the difference. I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but you can see, like, look at how clean this is. Look at this, look at the level of shine, look at the reflection. So shiny, okay? Look at my hand in that reflection. Extremely shiny. Like I said, what I do at this point is I let it dry half an hour, even sometimes, you know, if it's gonna be 3, 4, 5 hours before the next meal, I'll let it dry 5 hours, whatever the case is. And then I just rinse it off with a nice wet cloth that has been wet with water. That's just my preference. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do or not, I'm not sure, but that's what I like to do, because then at that point, all of the gaps have been filled in. Everything's nice and polished, and it should still stay relatively shiny once you wipe it off. But that's it. I mean, getting off these stains is going to require a lot more work, and I'll do that for a separate video showing you how to get off some hardcore stains on an oven. But you can see it looks much better already with a simple, you know, like a simple process that only takes a few minutes. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.